Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be giving you a helping hand on what to take to university as a first year. Yeah, maybe not. The first section that I'm going to start with is the bedroom stuff, as this is the most important part. This is going to be where you spend most of your time and where most of your belongings are going to be. The first and probably most important thing to take is your bedding. So you'll be wanting to take a mattress topper, some pillows if you haven't already got some, duvet and bed sheets. Obviously, ow, that was my tattoo! Okay. Anyway, so you're going to want to check what size bed your dorm is going to have, because obviously this is very dependent on what you buy. For me, mine is going to be a small double, so I'm going to be buying double options just so that I've got extra coziness, because you're away from home, you're gonna want that. And adding on to that cozy vibe, if you want to bring pillows and blankets just to make it feel a little bit more homey, that's also an option, but obviously it's not a necessity and it's not something that you have to buy if you're just looking at essentials. The next thing that I would suggest buying is different organising caddies. So I've started buying the ones from IKEA, the fold away cube boxes. I think these will be really helpful. They'll fit into different spaces. I know that the storage in my accommodation is going to be able to fit those, and I think that having anything like that is quite helpful. I've also got some plastic clear ones to just go on my desks and around places and in the drawers, just to organise everything a bit better. The next thing that everybody says to bring is extension cables. Now, I haven't got one of these yet, but it's definitely something that is on my list of things to buy, because you're gonna be charging a lot of things depending on what you're doing. I'm doing media production, so the amount of cameras and laptops and everything else that I'm going to be charging is going to be insane, so that is going to be a must. But just in general, I think it would be something really good to have. The next thing that I suggest taking is a wash basket. Now, if you can get a small thin one, or if you know that it would definitely 100% fit in your room, then get whatever size. But for me, I'm going to be buying a thinner one just so that I know that it can slot into somewhere, and yeah, you don't want to be compromising much space in your room because they're quite small as it is. And adding on to that, I'm going to be taking some bag for lifes, the big shopping bags, even an IKEA bag will do, just so that you can take your laundry down to the washing machine area, because sometimes they're separate from your building and carrying a big wash basket isn't going to be ideal, so that'll be good. The next section that I'm going to be touching upon is the kitchen section. Obviously, you're now going to have to be cooking for yourselves, and that is also quite daunting if you haven't already had to do that. So the first thing that I've put down is pots and pans. I think this one is really difficult to know sizing wise what you're going to take, because obviously you don't need a massive frying pan and a massive saucepan because it's only you, unless you plan on cooking for your flatmates, which I think if you don't already know them, I wouldn't suggest relying on that. It could be different, so I would buy just a size that you're comfortable with for yourself. Obviously, it's dependent on the person. The next thing is plates and bowls. Obviously, this is quite essential. You're going to need these. I would also, just a quick tip for you, I would get ones that are a bit different with different designs on, not just your regular like white plate and bowl, because obviously everyone is going to be in that kitchen and everyone is going to be buying the same stuff. So you just want to be able to know what's yours. The next essential is cutlery. Obviously, you can buy these things in big sets. If you can buy individual, I would advise in buying an individual. It will be much cheaper because you're not going to need a pack of like four. So at the end of the day, I think if you can just get 2 of each, I think you'll be fine. Next thing for kitchen that you're going to need are tea towels. This is, again, you'll probably only need a couple of these. Thankfully it's just you, so you're not going to need masses. Thankfully it's just you, so you're not going to need massive amounts of things, but I think just 1 or 2 tea towels, you can get packs of 2 at shops, so I think that is quite helpful. The next thing you're going to want to buy is a utensil set with like tongs, big spoons, the spatulas, scissors, all of those things. I've actually got a set off Amazon that came with all of the stuff that I'll possibly need. I'll link all the stuff that I've got down below. It's amazing. It was a good price for what it is, and again, it's different. You can buy different colours, so again, individuality, everyone's going to know that that is yours. The next thing you're going to want is towels. Again, just depends on how regularly you use them, how regularly you wash them. It's up to you how many you buy. I'd probably buy a few just so that you've got them. Obviously flannels come into this, just things like that. Hand towels, just all of the towels you're going to want in your bathroom. The next thing you're going to want to take, especially if you're a girl, is a bathroom bin. Again, check with your accommodation because they might supply this. My dorm room has a bin in the room, but the bathroom doesn't, so I've bought a bin. But yeah, that's essential. You're going to want that. The next thing that I have put down is bathroom organisation. Obviously, it's a small space, it's a dorm bathroom. You're going to want to keep your stuff organised, you're going to want to put stuff in places, and I think that this is just a key essential that you're going to want. The final section that I have written down is the cleaning section. Obviously, this is where most of your money is going to be spent, in my opinion, just because this is all of the stuff that you haven't really had to buy before and you've kind of got to have. Okay, so I'm going to go through these ones rapid fire because I don't really think they need much explaining. I think they're just kind of self-explanatory. So you're going to need bleach, washing up soap, sponges, cloths, gloves, wipes, a scrubber, washing tablets, hand soap, air fresheners, toothpaste, bin bags, kitchen roll and toilet rolls. Comment down below what universities you're going to, like and subscribe for more content. Bye guys.